Our country is represented mostly by wealthy, white people intimately connected to or sponsored by corporations. Our country is effectively a corpocracy. When I say corpocracy, I mean an economic and political system controlled by corporations or corporate interests. It's a form of plutocracy. And a plutocracy is government by the wealthy. This is why, when times get tough, the corporations get bailed out. The average person gets ignored and left to suffer, while the wealthy make even more money than before. If the wealthy are making even more money during times of hardship for most of us, this means the wealthy are benefiting from our hardship. So why, if the wealthiest corporations and our politicians who are sponsored by them are in charge of everything, why would they even try to lessen the hardship of the average person? It's in the best interest of their pocketbooks to keep us suffering. They earn more when we suffer. That's a fact. Healthcare corporations don't want to cure you. They can't make money off a person who is not sick. They want to keep us suffering. They want to keep us coming back for expensive treatments and keep us on expensive prescription drugs. Again, they cannot make money off of a person who is not sick. Curing the average person is not in their best interests. The wealthy benefit from the suffering of the average person. This is not my opinion. This is a fact. Look at our stock market. Look at the top 1% of our country. The worse the average American is faring, the better they do. So why would anyone work against their best interests? Why would anyone in power willingly choose to give up some of their resources to help others? Most of the United States of America is suffering. We are losing our homes, our jobs, our health, our sanity. We can't pay our rent. We can't put food on our tables. We're moving in with friends and family. We're waiting in food bank lines. Those of us lucky enough to still have income are anxious. We feel the suffering of those around us. We give money to charities, pray, and try to help, even if only in small ways. We know every little bit matters. Then we realize our groceries and packages were stolen from our front doors. Our unlocked cars broken into. Tires stolen, airbags ripped out and sold to pay rent. Buy food. Maybe our tires were sold for drugs to help the desperate thief self-medicate their sorrow and guilt. We will never know. And it's amazing. It's sad. The terrible things the sick, cold, and home insecure will do to their own communities when they're hungry and when they have time on their hands because they've lost their jobs. The wealthy leadership of our country refuses to give us another stimulus check. Instead, they stimulate fear. They stimulate suffering. They stimulate a no man's land of crabs pulling each other down in the barrel. What's next? Donald Trump's niece, Mary Trump, recently said, and I quote, "If the richest country on the planet refuses to use its wealth, our wealth, to protect its citizens from a deadly virus, what is the point of being the richest country on the planet? Paying people to stay home will save hundreds of thousands of lives. Not doing that is insanity." End quote. American politics are insane. We do not have a money problem in our country. We have plenty of money. We are full of money and bankrupt of morality. Compassion extinct. That's the world we live in this moment. Are you ready to change the world? Big question, simple answer. Your local community needs you. Your neighbors need you. Get to know them. Share your gifts, financial or not. You don't need a lot of money to help someone. Give someone a ride, help fix something, whatever. The higher power has blessed you with gifts. Share your gifts and be a blessing to someone. Be a blessing to your community. Every time we help someone instead of hurting someone else, we are stopping the cycle. We are fighting back against the corruption of our democracy. We are fighting back against the forsaking of justice. Every time we help someone, we add a ripple of love and justice and compassion into a world that so desperately needs it. This act of giving and helping is good and holy and precious. Do not ever underestimate the value of one small, kind act. Amen. The blessed radiance thrives in each of us.